We previously discussed the need for airtight defenses and using IDS and IPS. Now, let's take things to the next level with overlapping defenses and explain how all that theory becomes reality. The risk control matrix is the core of any solid security plan. The matrix maps our risks to the controls we wish to apply. To make it easier to understand, we use a real example of database security, the risk control matrix from Core Audit. The first step in creating a matrix is listing the risks. Our approach in this matrix was to go by database accounts. We did that since it's easy to list and categorize all the accounts in the database. Databases typically have accounts for DBAs, the application, and others. Once we enumerated the risks, we need to see what we can do in response. The first level in Core Audit is identifying changes in configuration, users, permissions, objects, etc. This type of control will identify, for example, when a hacker creates a user for a backdoor, creates a table to exfiltrate data, and more. That will obviously not identify most breaches, but it's an easy control to deploy with many other benefits. At level 2, we can create reports and alerts on specific sessions and SQLs. This type of control is efficient for low-volume activity. For example, certain types of REST-API activities, application sessions not from the application server, and more. Again, it won't catch all attacks, but it's a good type of barrier to deploy. At level 3, we start with large-scale automation. Anomaly analysis identifies changes in behavior and can be applied to extremely high activity volumes. It's a powerful control on application activity, as that tends to be repetitive. It can also be effective in identifying individuals connecting from different machines, using different programs, and more. Another component in level 3 is proactive forensics. That gives security personnel visibility into who's doing what in the database. Looking, for example, at activity sources, the amount of data accessed, the ratio between SQLs and rows, and more. And that takes us to level 4, which is preventive. Here we can block certain activities, apply separation of duties, and more. As you can see, we have different types of controls that overlap. Each risk column has many potential controls. Each touches on a different aspect of the risk. Multiple reports and alerts that address the same threat from a different perspective. We have some preventive and some detective controls. They are grouped into 5 groups, each with a different strength and weakness. Some are declarative, some use automation, and some are investigative, actively involving security personnel. These overlaps are what makes this type of security much tighter. While you probably won't deploy so many reports and alerts, you can plan on deploying them based on the false positive rate and how much time you can devote to this security. And we can take it further and deploy similar defenses on the application. That will further reduce the risk of an application vulnerability, adding more barriers between the attacker and the data. If you wish to know more, contact us at info@bluecoreresearch.com.